This story is about Bones, who had nothing but a kennel for 3 years until one volunteer changed everything. In that silence, he waited, not knowing that love was still out there waiting for him too. One of the shelter volunteers couldn't bear to see him waiting any longer, so she started taking Bones home from time to time. On Fridays, when she opened the kennel door, he seemed to know something special was about to happen. Bones would proudly walk by her side, ready for a weekend of freedom. He cherished the simple joys, slow walks through the neighborhood, resting his heavy head in her lap, just wanting to be loved. He enjoyed the backyard and got along well with her own dog. Beneath his big frame, he was only a gentle teddy bear, but that first night at her home broke her heart. When she opened the back door after dark, Bones froze. He didn't understand nighttime. At the shelter, the doors always closed at 6 o'clock before the sun went down. For 3 long years, he had never felt the cool stillness of evening. He stepped out, confused, unsure of what the darkness meant. Bones hadn't always been behind shelter walls. He once lived in a home with his sister, in a house without fences. They often ran loose in the neighborhood, always on alert, always in fight or flight. One day, Bones nipped a neighbor and animal control picked him up. That single mistake changed everything. But at the shelter, the staff saw who he really was. They gave him structure, and for 3 years, he never bit anyone. Instead, he greeted his favorite people with a silly little tap dance, begging for attention. On weekends, when the volunteer took him home, he was full of joy. He recognized her car immediately and would pull her across the parking lot, tail wagging, eager to climb inside. They spent hours on long walks. He loved the park, the winding trails, and the cool water. But most of all, he loved the car rides. For Bones, every moment outside the shelter was pure happiness. The volunteer knew his story carried a lesson. People often struggle to give second chances. Yet Bones was more than his one mistake. He was a soul waiting to love and be loved. His next step was clear. He needed a home, a foster family or adopter, someone who would keep him, not just for weekends, but for the rest of his life. Each time she returned him to the shelter, her heart ached. That was the hardest part, but she knew those breaks from the kennel gave him hope. And hope was what kept him going. If this story touched your heart, remember to look at every animal with patience and kindness. Sometimes all they need is a second chance and a gentle hand to guide them. If you believe in that, please like this video, share it with a friend, and subscribe to the channel. Together, we can spread more love and hope, one story, one life, one second chance at a time.